Nick Freitas, you are the most interesting Liberty Republican. You served 2 tours in Iraq.
That's correct.
Could you have imagined then that we would still be there today? And do you have a general view on what the right foreign policy is? I feel like we're in a lot of wars right now.
Starting point is non-interventionist, because I don't believe we have a right to tell other nations or cultures how they should be organizing their societies. When we do feel that there's a clear and present danger to the United States of America to get involved, then there's a constitutional mechanism for doing so. You can declare war, you can do letters of marque and reprisal. There are constitutional mechanisms to go to war, and those constitutional mechanisms are there for a reason. And I think that the War Powers Act was just a horrible idea because it essentially created this dynamic now where the president essentially decides when we go to war, and then Congress authorized the funds without really authorizing the war. And when the war is going great, politicians get to line up and all pat themselves on the back. And when it starts getting tough, as they invariably do, they all get to point in some other direction and say, well, it wasn't me. And I just despise that. If it's important enough to send men and women overseas to fight for it, well, it should be important enough for Congress to put their stamp of approval on it. Now, if we are going to get involved, and like I said, I do think there's appropriate times, I prefer more of a by through and with approach. One of the things that really bothered me is George Bush, like 2 or 3 years into Iraq, saying, "Where's the Iraqi Thomas Jefferson?" I always like to remind people, the French knew the answer to that question before they helped us in our revolution, and we should probably know that as well. And the way you do that is by, again, it's a small contingent, link up with indigenous forces which are already fighting that battle over there, and get a lay of the land before you decide to fully jump in with both feet.